TPP podcast, we have Shwetha Chellaram from the Popsicle Studio.
So Shwetha is not just the Popsicle Studio's curator and art specialist and teacher and everything else. She's also a really dear friend. And not just has she taken part with us in the pop-up project, she was also one of the founding members. So this for us is a really special event, and that's why we wanted to start this new year with Shwetha on the show.
So welcome to TPP podcast, Shwetha. It's really nice to have you here.
Thank you.
And it feels really formal with you, but we will.
Okay. I know. I'm like, okay, very formal.
Yeah. But we're going to ask you the questions and we're going to try and keep it as formal as possible.
Okay. So what inspired you to start the Popsicle Studio?
It was actually our kids, not only mine but all of ours. So when we used to get together for festivals and we would always look for an activity to do for the children. I think that's one of the first instances where I started putting craft and art together for them to do. And for more than a year, I think it was only our group of kids that I worked with.
And what an awesome time we had.
Yeah. I know, it used to be awesome. She used to like kids. We used to give our kids to her, and she likes art, and everything worked.
I think honestly, you all were the ones who pushed me at that time to say that I think you should do this professionally, and that's when I actually started thinking about doing this professionally and got into it.
So glad you started.
Yeah, I know. I think this has been your calling, and I think you should have started this only.
Yeah. So that's how it all.
So has your background been in art always?
Yes, I am a graduate from the Shwetha School of Art Design and Technology, and I actually specialized in fashion. So I had my own studio for about 10 years, but after the kids, like I said, very organically it moved to just working with the children, and I realized how much joy that brings me and the satisfaction of working with them, and there's so much to learn from them. So I think this is my calling.
I think we can personally vouch that Shwet loves kids, and we're going to call her Shwet because I can't call her.
Yes, thank
She's
you.
so much more formal.
She always used to be sitting with kids and we with our lemon teas.
And I think she enjoyed it, we enjoyed it, so all good. So, Shwetha, tell us, the classes that you have, is it only for kids or is it for adults as well?
So honestly, I would say anyone who's open to learning and trying something new, so we are happy to work with them. Recently, we got a break in doing corporate workshops. So we were at Google and we did some amazing workshop called punch needling with the the employees over there, and each of them loved it. And I still get messages that please come back. We really want to learn something new from you. So from kids to anyone who's ready to learn something.
I hope everyone's listening to that. I think maybe instead of kids, we should all come together.
I think that's great because you're never old to learn something new, and you don't realize what strikes a chord and what can bring you that joy from simple things like crochet, knitting. I had moms reaching out to me and saying, do you only teach the kids or can we come too?
That's great.
Yeah, you can make it
Only thing is, I think a lot of times it looks very hard when you're doing it. Is it actually hard?
No, it's not. I think if it catches your interest, then automatically you want to learn more about it, and then there's so many different kinds of art forms that you can explore, right? Not just one. So something like this is iris folding.
Okay.
So if you're an architect, so I think you would really enjoy something like
looks
this.
Beautiful.
And Shima loves painting, so maybe working with her hands, something more different like amigurumi is something that she can try, or different kinds of painting. So I think there is something out there for everyone to explore.
So how do you explore that? Do you talk to the people and then suggest this is what we can do?
So I would say just one step back. I'm a learner myself. I can't stop exploring. So before you know, something else has piqued my interest, and I can't stick to just learning one creative form. So every time I see something new, I want to explore that too. Before that's done, I want to explore something else. So there are 10 things already happening in my mind, and so as I'm learning, I'm also putting it out there for the kids and for anyone else who, its interest is piqued. Yeah.
Great. So how do people get to know about your classes and the details about it?
So honestly, I think I would say it's all of you, because I've never been a great marketing person. And it's the closest friends and family around me who always promoted my work and me, and now there's Instagram, so I'm still learning how to do it on that. But yeah, so once we have a new batch of classes that's coming up, we put up a flyer on Instagram, and I have
we all
people,
share it.
yes, absolutely. I have people who I didn't know followed me, reach out to me and send their kids to me for classes. So it's
other than social media, are you, neighborhoods or schools or
so
something?
not really. Actually, it's really been only close friends and family, and now Instagram, who've always helped spread the word. It's only been word of mouth, where
So
the
anyone
information
listening
has
to
gone
this, and we can personally vouch for how great Shwetha is with kids and with art. So please reach out to her. You will find details. We will tag her page and all of it at the end of the podcast. So you need to reach out to her right after this.
What are the challenges that you face to run the center?
I think keeping the creativity flowing all year round. I do have the times that there is an actual creative block, and there are days that I don't want to do anything. So I guess as a creative person, those are the challenges you practically face, and also the pressure of doing something new and creative all the time, and that something that is also contributing to the child, not something that they're just taking home and it's lying around. So always trying to do something that is useful, that they put to use immediately. So I think that's one of the biggest challenges that
I've been seeing on Instagram, you have very unique stuff that the kids are doing. I haven't seen that kind of work with anybody else. How do you get that inspiration? Do you see Pinterest or?
So also it's a combination of things. I'm always trying to learn from people who are excelling in the field, and definitely trying to bring more of that to our events and our space here in Bangalore. And sourcing material is a challenge in our own city. So every time someone's traveling, I'm always requesting them to carry back stuff, tools and material that I can put to use. And making things that the kids honestly, that is more value based, and where the whole experience is more important than the product itself. So something that they make that they're learning something from. And nowadays doing birthdays, activities during birthdays where the kids are DIYing their own shoes or their jackets or their caps or their bags. So the pride that they take in carrying off something that they've made is on another level.
I have an offshoot question.
Yeah.
You said that one of the challenges is, getting their creative juices flowing all the time.
Yeah.
Kids, how is it dealing with kids all the time? Does that kind of become a block anywhere?
So also, they have their moods where they come for class because they are signed up, right? And then they tell me that we just don't feel like doing art today. Can we do something else? So I'm actually grateful to the parents who give me that leeway, that to take that liberty to take a call, and then slowly we start off with something else and gradually rope into where we were headed to go. And it's always worked out. So I think a little bit of communication with the child. Maybe they've not had a great day at school, or they are hoping to do something else. So I think it's just that. So a little bit of communication and talking things through, and we're always back on track.
You've always been very amazing with kids, so it's easy peasy for you.
All of our kids love her.
I love them too.
Where do you see the Popsicle Studio in the next 5 years?
To be very honest, I don't know where I see myself tomorrow, but as a brand and for the future, I hope I'm able to add value to the kids' lives who come to me, and I'm able to transfer a bit of the knowledge that I hold and make it fun at the end of the day. I think life's too serious, so if I'm able to add some bit of fun and happiness into their lives, that's all I'm looking at doing.
Again, Shwetha is the most colorful, most fun, rainbow person that we know. So I think what she's saying is like absolute truth.
So during Secret Santa exchanges and all, whoever gets a colorful gift, then
you're like,
slowly
no. And any other plans other than just the arts and crafts? Are you expanding?
So hoping to do a lot more of corporate workshops, because we're seeing an opening there, a potential opening, and financially also it makes a lot of sense. So honestly, the kids' classes are more for my passion. That brings me a lot of joy. But looking at doing some events where you're able to spread the message of art and craft and doing corporate events, I think financially that makes more sense.
And you've been doing
actually.
birthday parties, you
Oh,
organize all
yeah,
of that at
that
the
is
studio.
a whole different level of fun. You prepare a lot for the event, and in like an hour, the amount of job satisfaction that one can take back from there. And I've had kids come and tell me that this is the best birthday we've done, and thank you so much. Do we get to take this home with us? And I've been, no, you're making it for me. And he's like, yeah, that's for you. So yeah, doing birthdays, making piñatas for their birthday, and looking at the kids and sometimes the parents. I mean, the last birthday we went for, the adults were like, "Can we get a go at breaking the piñata?" So all of them stood in a line and took it. But at the end, the birthday boy got
and
to
the
break
piñatas that you make are super creative. I should say they are very unique, very nice.
Very unique. True. So I mean, if someone is so happy about the work they're doing, I don't think it can go wrong. I mean, just listening to you talk, you're like, eyes are lighting up, saying the events, biggest satisfaction in one hour. So it's amazing that, there's so much of passion into this.
Like yesterday, there was a Christmas, a theme, just at a coffee shop. This lady who reached out to me, they wanted to do caps, personalized caps for the kids. And one thing they were like, I said, I have a Christmas party at the studio, so I'm not able to make it. So they're like, can I told them I'll make the kit ready and hand it over to you, and it's very easy for the kids to do it. But they're like, no, we've seen your work. Can you just come for 15 minutes, spare 15 minutes and do it with them? So they actually planned their Secret Santa event based on my availability.
Oh, wow.
They did it after 7 o'clock. So right after the studio party I headed, and it was in Sadashiva. So thankfully it was close to home.
Yeah, it's one of the best Christmas gifts you got.
Yeah. That's perfect.
We are now going to start our fun segment, rapid fire questions.
So we've got a few questions prepared. We don't know whether they are as fun, but try and make it funny. You answer it funny. Yeah, you answer it funny. So we'll start off. What's your favorite art and craft item in the studio?
In the studio? Like now? Right now?
Yeah, right now.
Anytime. So I have this box of metallic holographic paints that I love. Ordered recently and love dabbling with them. That's currently, so it can change tomorrow.
I can imagine the new thing.
Right now, that's my favorite.
But that sounds really nice.
Metallic holographic. It is different also.
Oh wow! Okay, that sounds very nice.
I think we mom should do a class with
Seriously, we should. I know.
Yeah.
Now should be the next thing that is going to come tomorrow. I will let's do that.
Tell us one of the funniest incidents while you were taking classes for kids.
Okay, so what comes to mind is we make our own paints. So what happens is when they're not used for some time, there's like a gas that builds up inside the bottle. And before we open our paints, we have to shake them. So while shaking them and trying to open the cap, when we did it, there was so much of gas that had built up inside, and when we flipped open the cap, the paint went flying up to the ceiling.
Oh my gosh!
So,
and these are all organic paints, is it?
Yeah, we make our own paints, so
That's
so it's taste friendly, skin friendly.
Oh, that's
so
awesome.
That was going to be my next question. Did it come straight down and fire on everyone, and if people eat
we
paint,
have
what will
marks in the basement on our ceiling. There's green splatter of paint everywhere.
You should keep it as that memory. Every time you look at it, you're like, glad that skin friendly and eating friendly and all of that. So that's great. So what is an art project which has made you happiest?
I think something that I've done recently, the personalized denim jackets, that has brought a lot of joy and creativity out from a lot of kids and as me as well.
And you're a fashion designer,
so it was
it
my
kind of
niece's birthday actually that we started with this
that
activity.
looked really cool on Instagram.
The benefit was because it was in the family, I got to explore as much as I want. So every time I would stop and I would call my cousin up and said, I'm not happy, I want to do some more. So she's like, okay, but we've crossed our budget. I said, I know, but just 2 more elements and I think I should be sorted. So, the space to be able to also completely express your creativity and to say that, when you know that something's not really enough and you can still add more to it. So having that leeway and to be able to do that, I think.
Then you're like absolutely lucky that family is letting you do that. That is a scary bit usually.
Yeah. But it has been absolutely worth it when we look back and at the journey from where we started and where we've come. I think I'm grateful for having to be able to do it with family first, where I get to explore completely, and then fine tune it to, adjust it, tweak it to the price points that it needs to fit into.
We love her family too, so we know what is happening.
How did it all start? Who did you take classes for first?
You guys,
She answers.
I remember at a holy play date where I made brushes out of leaves and sponges where the kids were,
Kids were just 2 years old.
Yeah, and
She had the patience to deal with like 10 or more than 10
was
kids probably, like
amazing, yeah.
2-year-olds.
Yeah.
So,
and also doing Christmas nails for the
Oh,
kids.
yeah.
It all very organically happened. I
Yeah.
think when they would come to me and say, Shwetha, can you do something? And then I was always ready and more than happy to do it with them. So it's
Christmas days you did for all of us.
All of you,
Yeah, I remember sitting patiently like and Shwetha like really doing that. Yeah, that was really fun. So this is Are taking classes for adults more fun than it is for kids?
Can I be honest?
Of course.
No.
I expected that. I think it must be a little more easier, but not fun, right?
No, I honestly don't even think it's easy. I get much more happier when I'm working with children. I think adults already, when they're coming to a class, they already have a idea set in their mind and, I'm not good at it, I don't know how to do it, maybe it's not going to come out how you expect it. So I don't have any expectations of you're here to have fun, you're here to learn something new. I think kids are so much more less conditioned. Even if it's a splatter of paint or dabbling with different colors, we can look at things and say this looks like this, and there's no limit to imagining.
But the activity that we did on your 40th birthday, the liquid paint, the fluid art was too good, and I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, that was really nice. I was thinking that the funniest incident of the paint splattering, if it was adults, would have been very different.
I never thought I would be like so good with liquid art, or it came out so well. I was so happy with what I did.
I was also. Just mentioning putting it out there.
Favorite place to shop for art supplies and stationery?
So honestly, here being in Bangalore, I think the city market, I love going there and exploring, and until I don't head out myself, because I would go to pick up one material, but then I would fall onto 10 other things, and I wouldn't come back with what I went out for, but 10 other materials that I didn't estimate to buy. But I think I have to work and to make it most productive to work with what's available here. Definitely we can call for a few things from abroad, but stepping out into the market and looking at different papers, the material that we're getting in alcohol ink pens, you're getting acrylic paint pens now. I mean, it's unlimited. Yeah.
And one of the best guides to anything in the market area is she will tell you which sandwich to have from which Thelawala on the road. I mean, like that good. So, if you're planning trips like that, maybe you should do walks, stationary walks in the market.
You can explore that.
I know, it'll be fun. I'll join for sure. And other than the arts and crafts that you do, there are a lot of gifts and trinkets and everything in the studio.
Yeah.
So, how does that fit into the whole scheme?
So, I actually had a brand called Fun Things before I also ventured into the Popsicle Studio, and I used to look at things that were fun and were also a lot of stationery that was involved. So, I started doing this whole Sunday with all these products, and people loved it. So that part is still continuing, where if someone wants something for a return gift as a birthday product, so we still venturing into that. So a bit of anything that's fun and that the kids would love, I think you can find some of that.
It's there in the studio.
Every time I came to her studio, I would be like, okay, what were the kids like? I pick up almost everything. What is the next project on the cards to try out?
So, like I said, I'm always looking at learning new things. There's another art form called Lino Cut that I'm exploring. So it's making your own personalized stamps with styrofoam and tools.
Oh, nice.
So similar to wood carving tools, but you're working on foam
Okay, wow.
You are always one step ahead.
I know, seriously. I mean, I don't think we should ask you about pictures, because pictures should be asking about you. So what is the most rewarding comment or a statement that you've got from one of your clients?
So I have voice messages from children where they were forced to leave the studio and they didn't want to go, and while they're in the car sending me messages that So I tell the kids not to call me auntie because I say I'm not related to your parents. So they call me by my name even if it's a 2-year-old or a 15-year-old. And they send me voice messages saying, Shwetha, can we please come back to you just for a little bit more?
Oh, so
Yeah.
sweet.
Even though they would have spent a couple of hours at the studio, I have voice messages of the kids telling me
These
that.
must all be combined together.
Absolutely.
Any day that you're
Yeah.
feeling
Priceless.
low or not artsy enough, listen to
Yeah.
this and it's like, okay, then. So,
This was like such a fun segment, fun session, and it was so nostalgic for us.
yeah. You mentioned the holy party and
I
I'm like,
know.
oh my gosh.
Those are some of the best memories that have
For
brought me
us
how
too.
far I am.
For us too.
Thank you for obliging
Thank you.
to be with
I know
us.
it was a very short notice,
Yeah.
but she was like, come, let's do this. It'll be fun.
Yeah.
And it's been super fun. I mean, it's been really, really nice.
I was nervous, but I'm so glad we managed.
But
it.
I don't think you look nervous at all. I
Yeah,
think we
yeah.
were more nervous looking than you were. So thank you so
Thank you.
much.
We are looking
Yeah.
forward for a session with us.
Yes.
Craft and art session.
I will hold you all to it.
Yeah.
Yes, and we will put that up as a reel
Yes.
on
Yeah.
the pop-up project page. So please follow the Popsicle Studio and the pop-up project. And to this, you're supposed to like, subscribe, comment,
And follow.
and follow. We are never getting this. So yes, please do all of that. And thank you so much for
Thank you.
watching.
Bye.